guys, welcome to a brand new series on my channel, Patch Rundown, and today we will be looking at the brand new patch 10.12. This is a very healthy and a very long patch, so stay with me till the end, and I will be going through each and everything in this patch. So let's start this patch with this paragraph. It says, "Welcome back to the stars." Thank you. We will be keeping this intro short and sweet because there's a lot to cover in this patch. As part of the Galaxy's mid-season update, this patch contains large gameplay changes, a soft rank reset, which is good, a new Galaxy Pass, which is okay. I guess every new update they need a pass, so okay. You will be playing TFT in the same Galaxy set as you know and love, but with some pretty significant updates to shake things up. Before you get overwhelmed, remember this is why a smart captain like you reads the patch notes. Okay, thank you. That's me. I read each and every patch. So here's the highlights for the patch, and we have three new traits. The first one is Astros, Battlecast, and Paragon, and these are the new units. I will be going through this patch, but and the best part in the this pass is these little legends. I personally don't like this one. I like this one is not the best one, but these two, the horsey is my best, especially the red one. The red one is pretty good. But yeah, these are the new little legends we will be getting, and you can buy them in the store after the update. And here's the new Galaxy Pass, which is okay. And the new traits. Here we go. So the brand new three traits are here. First one is Astro. Astro champions reduce their mana cost by 30, and you can have three Astros a unit, and their mana cost will be reduced by 30. Let's suppose if a Chimu needs 100 mana to cast his ability, he will now require 30 if you have three Astros on the board. And the next one is Battlecast. Battlecast champions, upon dealing or taking 10 instance of damage, heal for certain amount if below half health, or deal magic damage to the nearest champion if above health. Okay, that's a pretty cool trait, I would say. When I was playing into the PBE, I wasn't enjoying this trait actually. The best one came into my mind was like Orgut. Orgut Battlecast is actually one of the broken unit, and Paragon. Paragon is a new unit, a legendary unit. Paragon. Jana have this trait, Paragon, and she makes all the Guardian Angel units do true damage, which is pretty good. And let's read it out also. Ally Star Guardian basic attacks are converted to true damage. All other ally basic attacks are converted to magic damage. So it's a pretty cool trait if you ask me. I had tried it with Jinx Star Guardian, and it was pretty good. So there's a lot of things you can do with this, but I would say it's not the best one, but it's a very interesting one. So the new units are here, and obviously when there's a new trade, so there are new champions. The unit Nautilus, Astro Vanguard. It's a tier 2 unit and impact caster. And Nautilus erupts the ground beneath his target, knocking them up and stunning them for 3 or 3.5 or 4 seconds and dealing a very small magic damage. I don't like the damage output. I feel like they just made him a beefy, tanky guy in front, like a CC bot. Uh, as a tank, I can understand he's one of the best unit in the patch, and I would say because he is quite tanky. Early game, you can get a lot out of him if you have like Timu, because you can get like a sniper early on sniper with Vanguard in front of, and he can provide so much CC for your backline. The next one is Bard. Bard is another Astro, and he is Mystic. He's a tier 3, that means 3 cost unit. And passive is Bard gains an additional age or 20 or 90 mana each attack, but cannot gain mana against non-champions. Okay, I don't know if it's still in the game, but when I was playing on PvE, Bard was used to gain mana on PvE rounds, like when you are killing raptors. He was gaining mana and giving me the experience. So here it tells Teller's call, his little Meep's call now. Bard spawns a Meep on his owner's bench, which can be sold for one experience. So every time he ults, he creates one Meep, which you can sell, and you will get one experience. And he's kind of broken, but I feel like he's troll unit. I don't know why, because it feels like you are getting experience, but you are dying because he literally does no damage. All you are building on him is attack speed and mana regeneration, like Shojin. Like two Shojin plus Rage Blade is his perfect build for Bard, and he will be giving you experience like a rapid pace. I have seen rounds where he have given me 20 experience per round, and it's not like your whole bench is filled with the meats. Only one box is filled with the meat, and all of them will be gathered there. So you can actually hold them and sell them later if you want to, or you if you want you can sell them each round. It's up to you. But let's go to the next unit. The next unit is Nar. Nar is a brand new Astro slash brawler, and I think brawlers Cho'Gath is being removed, and this brawler is being added. So Nar is the replacement for Cho'Gath, and it's a tier 4 unit, so 4 cost unit. Nar, it's a simply old Nar, which was in set 1, where he gets bigger and knock the whole everyone in front of him to one side, and he gains HP and deals more damage. So let's read it out. Nar leaps towards his target and transform into Mega Nar, throwing enemies, dealing 100, 200, 800 magic damage, and stunning them for 2 seconds. And while in Mega form, Nar is melee and gains 750. Okay, that's 1 star. And 2 stars, 1250. And 3 stars is 2500 health. That's a lot of health. And 100 and 175 and 400 attack damage. So he's a pretty solid unit, one of the best unit in the game at the moment. And I would say at the broken level, he is broken actually. The amount of CC he can provide later on and disturb the backline is like perfect for brawlers. Next is we have Timu, my favorite champion. Actually, I was used to main him when I was playing Summoner's Rift, and I love this unit. And he's also an Astro, so there are 4 Astros into the Astro trade, and he's a sniper. Remind you, he is not the type of sniper you think he is. He actually deals more damage with his ability. Like you can say like Jin does damage with his auto attacks, right? And he's someone like Caitlyn, which does more damage with his ulti. So let's see his ability. It's his trap, the mushrooms which he spawns. So Timu Scarlet's 3 traps around the nearest enemy. So he just throw the three mushrooms to the nearest enemy, and if there are more units around him, they will also get affected by it. So when an enemy nears a trap, or after 3 seconds, it will explode on a nearby enemy, dealing 125, 175, or 600 magic damage, knocking them down and slowing them for 4 seconds. That slow is devastating, let me tell you guys. That slow can actually win you game. If uh, if you have like a 3 star Timo, that will simply delete them with his mushrooms. I've seen mushrooms which like deleted my uh, Poppy with a Dragon Claw. A 3 star mushroom with a Death Cap, it was Death Cap, and Shojin and blue buff. Seraph is now converted into a blue buff. We will go down and see it later on. But now it's the Astro is done. We will be moving on to the Battlecasters. Battlecaster, we have Aloy as a first unit. She's a new brawler. She's a one cost unit, and she have a tentacle smash. Yes, her Q from Summoner's Rift is now his ability. Aloy slams a tentacle in a line in front of her, dealing 125 slash 200 slash 325 damage, and she steals magic armor and magic resist and armor for each target she hits for 4 seconds. So what happens when, if let's suppose there are two units lined up for her tentacle smash and she hits both of them, she will gain more armor and more magic resist. It's not something very spectacular, but early on it can make difference. She's not let's say a 5-star unit, but she's also not bad. Nocturne is a new infiltrator slash battlecaster. Yes, new infiltrator is being introduced. Upon unspeakable horror is Nocturne's new ability. Nocturne terrifies his target. It simply was to whenever Nocturne casts, it will make the target fear, and the target will do nothing, and causing them to be stunned with fear for 2, 2.5, or 4 seconds, and dealing 200, 250, 350 magic damage over the duration. So Nocturne is something you can use as your CC bot. She is not your carry like other infiltrators you could have used as your carries, but she's not your carry, typical carry. She is just there for CC, and something like. I think it was missing from old infiltrators. But you can say like Fizz had his ulti, which could have stunned people. But this is a very long stun, and it's on a single unit. So let's suppose if you have your Nocturne on someone's carry, and Nocturne ults their carry, their carry is doing nothing. So which is good. The next battlecaster is Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw is a new blaster slash battlecast, and he's a tier 2 unit. Barrage. For 3 seconds, Kog'Maw gains infinite attack range and 80% attack speed, and his auto attacks deal 2%, 4%, 7% of the target maximum health as magic damage. So he is a typical counter for someone with Warmogs, and he's not the best unit, but Kog'Maw helps you build brawler slash blaster combo very fast now because he's a tier 2 unit. You can get it pretty fast now, and I so you can have Azure, Lucian, Kog'Maw, and Graves. So you don't have to wait for Jinx now, which is pretty cool. So you can literally make blasters very soon in the game now. So blasters are technically getting a very big buff, and I have seen different comps with him. They're not the best comps. They're pretty like I saw someone running Pikachu comp with him. Yes, Kogmo is called Pikachu in this in this community at the moment. He's doing a lot of let's say thunder damage with static shifts, but he can't be your carry. I have tried and I have seen people failing with Kogmo and trying to make him their carry. He's very squishy, let me tell you, and he deals way less damage. Okay, next one we have Cassiopeia. She's a new mystic slash battlecast. She's a tier 3 unit. Uh, Cassiopeia launches her fangs at the nearest unpoisoned enemy, causing them to take 700, 1500, or 3000 damage over 12 seconds, and reducing effectiveness of shield use on them by 50%. She is one of the broken unit into the game at the moment. I feel like if you see someone going protectors and they have spatula, you are in trouble with them because they are definitely gonna pick Cassiopeia. They will put protectors item on Cassiopeia. So now you will have protector Cassiopeia. Like she's infinitely having shield on her because she needs such less mana to cast her fangs that she's rapidly gaining shields. So she's very hard to kill and she's dealing damage like big damage and she's getting shield. So I feel like she's very overpowered with the protectors, but we will see what riots do with her later on. But at the moment, I would say she is one of the 5 cost unit for me at least with the protectors. Without protectors, I don't think so. She's that much good. I think she's mid par or let's say above average a kind of unit. But with protectors, she is way too good, way too good. And last but not least, we have Victor, a brand new sorceress and a tier 4 unit. Victor is amazing. Victor can one shot anything, and I mean by it, he is absolutely dealing massive damage. Death Ray, Victor's ability. Victor burns a path between the two enemies most distant from one another, instantly dealing 15 to 15 slash 20 slash 80% max health magic damage. Then 1 second later, dealing 250 slash 400 slash 1500 magic damage in an explosion along the same path. So if you are someone who have played the game on Summer's, you know when Victor's Q is upgraded, it deals damage afterwards, right? So it's the same thing here. Victor literally deletes people with it. You care if units are not moving in TFT. So when he lasers something, he's dealing damage 2 times. Imagine doing damage late game. The backline deletes. He deletes backlines, and that's why he's one of the best unit in this patch. Let's see. Next is Orgot, a 5 cost legendary unit. He is broken. Yes, he is broken. He literally kills anything. Beyond that, fear beyond that, Orgot fires a drill at the furthest enemy in his attack range, reeling them in and dealing 2002 damage. Rapidly, unit they reach him and die. So after his first successful cast, Orgat mana cost is reduced. So what happens? Like 2002 damage is a lot. Like let me tell you, any carry he ults, carry is dead. Yes, and as you can see, he's gonna ult the carry your backline first, and every time you do that, your carry is gonna be deleted. Same thing happens at your front line. Obviously, your front line is like, or they will be losing HP. Excuse me. Only if you have like Vormogs on your front line, then yeah, sure they can survive it. Like Poppy, Nautilus, sure they can survive. But I don't think so. They can survive 2002 damage plus the ability power people are giving to him and Guardian Angel. So the damage, all damage comes together, and he literally one shots anything. He is just like the same version of Vegar. Vegar, like the old Vegar who was used to like kill anything. Like if we are same level, that Vegar was used to kill that unit with his ulti, which was broken as hell. Same thing with the Orga. They need to tune him down a little bit, but in the end, he's a 5 cost unit, and I feel like he's being abused a lot. People I have seen in PBE, everything works with him. GP was the end of 10.11. patch 10.11 was GP. Your end game was GP. I feel like Orgod 10.12, your end game is Orgod now. Every comp needs Orgod. Even Star Guardians can work with Orgod. Anything works with Orgod. So I feel like they need he is broken, but we will see. Let's see what Riots do with him. The next one is Star Guardian, my favorite unit. I love Star Guardian. Yes, you now know I am a Star Guardian lover. And Paragon, the only Paragon unit in the patch at the moment. 5 cost unit, she is a legendary unit, yes, Howling Gale. Jana summons 5 tornadoes, which flies towards a large cone in a large cone. Tornadoes grants allies they pass through 100 slash 150 slash 500 attack speed. So yeah, she is giving a lot of attack speed to the people. So you can just keep her at the back and her tornadoes go through your whole team. And yeah, you can imagine what your team will be doing while knocking up and stunning the enemies. They haven't told in this. I guess we have read over here what paragons do, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so the next unit is Riven. Yes, Riven. Oh my god, she's good. Riven is a brand new Chrono slash Blade Master. Blade Master helped me from going from gold to platinum. I get out of gold with Blade Master, so I love Blade Masters also. So she's a brand new Chrono and a brand new Blade Master. Energy slash Riven dash and shields herself for 250 slash 400 slash 1000. Then slashes to a forward, dealing 100, 150, or 450 magic damage. Every third cast, Riven leaps into the air and launches a wave of energy that deals 300, 500, and 1500 magic damage. Remember guys, she don't need mana at all. Like she needs very little mana to cast these things. So let's suppose she does like her initial cast is very fast, then the second cast is even fast. Like she only needs 2 autos, I believe. And if you have a mana item on her, she just need 1 auto. That's it. She will 1 auto, jump again, 1 auto, jump again, and delete the people. It's not like she's dealing only 1 person, 1 unit damage. She's dealing every unit damage in front of her. So let's suppose there are like 3 or 4 units lined up for her, yeah, she's gonna kill them. So she's a pretty good unit and a very well contested unit. Let me remind you guys, she is one of the unit very hard to find in the game because people are taking her on the fly. If you find her, take her. She can be fit in anything and she can win you games. Let me tell you that. Vayne, Cybernetics, Sniper. That's a new sniper into the game. 3 cost sniper. I was telling you guys earlier when we were talking about Timu. Vayne is a new sniper, and she's pretty strong. I would say. Vayne focus for 10 seconds, tumbling away from her target immediately, and every third attack thereafter, Vayne is invincible. Yes, she get invincible. She lose all the aggro, even if Y is ulting, even if someone else is ulting. And any AoE, she's gonna be hit by AoE. But anything projected towards her, that will be cancelled. Caitlyn ult, that will be cancelled. Y ult, that will be cancelled. Those are the only two projections I think I can remember at the moment. And she will be moving a lot, so you will see what I mean by moving. She will tumble through your backline a lot. An attack after tumbling deal 175, 200, and 225 of her attack damage. She deals a lot of damage, and if you have attack speed, I don't think she needs any um, defensive items. Like you don't need QSS on her, you don't need Guardian Angel on her, so you can go all out on her with the attack speed and attack damage items. and you can get away with blitz hooks because there is a positioning where blitz can't hook. So you can just keep her there, and she is like dealing damage for days. And yeah, she is, for me, she is 4 out of 5 star unit. Zed is a new rebel slash infiltrator. Yes, there is a new rebel into the game, and he is very. I would say he's 3 out of 5 for me, and it's a two-star unit, and contempt. Yeah, contempt for the weak. Wow, for a moment I was not able to read it. So passive, every third attack Z steals 20, 25, and 40%. Not the amount, the 40%, 20%, 25, and 40% of the target's attack damage, and deal 50, 90, and 100 and 50 bonus magic damage. So here's the thing, Shojins don't work on him. Like, there is no mana. Zed have no mana. So I saw people building Shojin on him, and I was like, wow, that's wrong. You don't want to build Shojin on him. You want the same build you go with Kha'Zix in Squidcomb. That's RFC, Guardian Angel, and Infinity Edge, and he can deal a lot of damage. And let's move towards the next thing, the champions which are being removed and the traits which are being removed. So, the traits which are being removed are Void and Valkyrie. So, the Void means Kha'Zix, Cho'Gath, and Vel'Koz are gone, and they are being replaced by Kha'Zix is being replaced by a brand new two infiltrators. Sorry, Kha'Zix is being replaced by I believe Nocturne. Yeah, Nocturne. And Kaisa is being replaced by Zed. Vel'Koz and Cho'Gath are gone, so that's the void. Valkyrie, Kale is gone. Yes, that's a big, I would say, sad part about this patch. My favorite unit, Kale, she's gone. Miss Fortune is gone. I am so happy she's gone. Like, I hate that unit. Sona, no one cared about her until the printer comps. After when the printer comp died, Sona was dead also. So she's, I would say, Riot made a good decision about Sona. Lux, on the other hand, was a very good CC unit, I would say. And Kassadin is a very big surprise for me. On PBE, we were seeing him in 10.12 on PBE, but for some reason, I'm pretty shocked to see him in the patch that Kassadin is also being removed. So that makes a lot of comps pretty good. Like Zaya comp is good now, I believe, because but again, you could have given QSS to Zaya and she would deal the same amount of damage. But yeah, Galaxies. Oh, there's a
Okay, so
galaxy
let's move
being
towards the
removed.
rank. Lilac
Yes, the rank
Galaxy.
is being
Okay.
soft resetted. Galaxy rank stage 2 will begin with this patch. So yeah, the moment this patch will hit, the new rank games will be your new rank will be started. Your rank has been soft resetted down by 1 tier. For example, if you are currently in gold 2, you will now be in silver 2. So let's take example of me. I ended up in platinum 2. So I guess I will be gold 2. Okay. I think that's okay for me. If you are very good at this game and currently placed in Master or above, you will be reset to Diamond 4. Okay, so all the players who were above Masters, above Diamond 4, I would say, no, above Master, okay, Master or above, they will be Diamond 4, which is, I think, good or acceptable for every Masters or Challenger player. You will get 5 provisional matches after the reset, meaning you will not lose any LP for sub top 4 placement in your first 5 ranked games of the new stage. Okay, so the you will get after the soft reset, you will get 5 provisional matches, which is good. Okay, if you place gold or higher in your galaxy stage, One, you will receive a rank appropriate emote. Okay. If you place gold or higher in both stages, you will receive a victorious little legend. Okay. Okay, so stage one, you will receive if you place gold or higher in both stages, you will receive a victorious little legend. I don't know what stages they are talking about because when you check your rank um, in the in your profile, there is no stages there. So TFT ranks stages. Okay, we will see about that because if I was platinum, so I am expected to receive my victorious little legend, and I am expected to receive my emote also. Victorious little legend rewards from the launch and the raise of the element sets will be arriving in your inventory soon if you place gold or higher in those sets. Okay, I can I am okay with that. Okay, so the new system, we are not adding new galaxies with this patch, which is good news because we already have so many galaxies. Starting with patch point 10.13, we plan to add one galaxy and remove one galaxy every patch. So that's huge. I am pretty excited about that because I want this galaxy gone. This little legend galaxy, 10% of the game. I need that galaxy gone. Please remove that galaxy. And yeah, that's it. I out of uh, other galaxies, this galaxy is the like least favorite one. Okay, the number of tier 3 champions in the pool is 16 to 18. Okay, so one star and tier 1 champions set or sell back for their full gold value. Okay, that's huge. All others sells for one less gold and then their full gold value. Example, 2 star 3 tier champions sell for 5 instead of 5 now it sell for 8. 3 star tier 1 champion sells value say sell value is 9 now instead of 5, so that's huge. You don't lose that much money if you are let's say you are chaining the comp, and that's huge. Level 4 drop chances by champion tier 60 30 10 0 0%. Ooh, to 55 30 15 0 and 0%. Okay, that is uh, that is huge actually. Level 4 drop chances. So that means yeah, that means you will get the purple unit, the tier 4 units pretty quick. So now instead of and you if you are re-rolling for the tier 1 unit, you are losing 5% more. So for the early comps like Zaya comps and Star Guardian is pretty bad, but for those who wants like their 4 cost unit immediately, that's pretty good for those comps. Level 9 drop chances by champion tier is now 10%. One cost, okay, that's the old one, 10, 15, 25, 35, and 15%. Now it's 10%, 15%. Okay, 4 cost unit will have 30%. And the, okay, the 3 star unit, so you have the 30% and 4 cost unit. Okay, so on the level 4, I was wrong. It's a 3 cost unit which got more percentage there. Okay, so your 3 cost unit will be appearing more and more now at level 4. Okay, that's good. And yeah, Kane will no longer drop a spatula item if you have 0 of that trait on the board. Okay. Okay, so if you have a spatula already, so there's a chance the Kane will drop another spatula for you. If I'm not wrong. Kane will no longer drop a spatula item if you have zero of that rate on the board. Okay. Nico's help now always works, even if there are no more copies in the bag. The extra champ guaranteed is extra, and when sold or the player is defeated, does not go back into the bag. Okay, that's huge. Because I have seen the cases where people use their Nico, Nico's help, and they got nothing. So that's very huge actually. Traits, okay, so the balance and adjustments to the Blade Masters 35, 55, 100% was originally, but now it's 30 to 70%. So the six Blade Masters are getting buffed, which is huge. 70% with Riven, I think that's very huge. Chance for an extra two attacks. I think that might bring back Blade Masters into the game again. Brawlers, okay, Brawlers had 350 or 650 to 350 to 600. So four Brawlers are being nerfed here, which in my opinion is not that much of big of let's say nerf. It's a very small nerf. 50 HP is not something that will, let's say, impact. It's not that much of a big impact, but 50 HP is 50 HP. Celestial 6 is now only attainable via Celestial Orb. Okay. Celestial 4 is gold and Celestial 6 is chromatic. Okay. The Celestial healing from damage 15 to 35 to 60% to 15%, 40%, and 99%. So, six Celestials getting 99% healing. That means they are healing permanently. Six Celestials are broken, and that's why. Actually, that's eight Celestial. I think 99%. Yeah, because six two Celestials is 15%. Four Celestial is yeah, four celestial is 40%, and six celestials is now 99%, which you can't get unless and until you have spatula. So yeah, 99% healing is something broken in my opinion, but it's very hard to attain. You need the celestial orb for that. Chrono added chrono 8 0.75 seconds. 8 chronos in my opinion is way too much chrono. Like chronos having even more chrono, so it's not something I would recommend someone to play. 8 chrono, 8 chrono is like next level BS. So I in my opinion 4 chrono is the max you can go, and because having 8 chrono as your comp is, and it's okay. It's like it's very hard to attain at the first level, but if you have 8 chrono, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna win with 8 chrono. So keep that in mind. 8 chrono is not the best trait in the game. Cybernetic had 350 and 35 damage and 700 health and 70 damage. Now it gives you more attack damage, which is nice actually. Getting 5 more damage for your Lucian early game is huge, and the health is same, I believe. And later on, if you have 6 cybernetics, you will get 10 more attack, which is also good for your cybernetics. But there is no way in hell people are playing 6 cybernetics, so the buff is for your Lucian, I believe. Yes. So the early buff is for your Lucian, where it says 350 health and 40 attack damage. Dark Stars, oh my god, people have forgotten about Dark Stars, I believe. They are so dead at the moment. Dark Star breakdown 3, 6, 9 to 2, 4, 6, and 8. So yeah, you can activate with two Dark Stars now, which is I believe good. Now you're not forced to have Shaco in your and yeah. And now 8 Dark Stars with Zeroth is it's pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but getting early game of Dark Star is way too weak. I believe they need to fix that. Dark Star bonus attack damage and ability power 20, 25, 30 to 8, 16, 24, 32. So they even nerf more Dark Stars early game. Like 8, 16 is like wow, but 24 and then they buffed the late game and nerfed the early game. Okay. Dark Star now get their damage buff whenever an ally die rather than when just another star Dark Star dies. So okay, that's huge. That changes everything for Dark Star now because even if your carry is Jin and a lot of units are dying and he will be doing a lot of damage. So that's a very good buff for Dark Star. I think that will change the Dark Stars. A lot of people will play Dark Stars now with these changes. Infiltrators 50 slash 75 slash 120 is the old percentages, and now they are nerfed early game and mid game. So infiltrators are doing less damage now. They are doing 40% and 70% in one and in 20%. So the late game is same, but the early game is being nerfed. Mystic magic resistance is 30 to 105 was the old one, and now it's 50 to 125. So mystics are buffed. That's a lot of magic resist. If you are going against a magic comp, this buff will be very good for your team. Protector shield amount for maximum health 25, 30, 40 to 30%. Yes, the protectors are being buffed. 30%, 40%, and 55%. So, yeah, you can get super frisky with this. So, imagine Cassiopeia launching Fangs and getting that amount of shield. Yeah, she's so broken. Sniper is to 15% damage from to 10% damage, which is huge actually. Five losing 5% bonus damage per hex is a lot of damage is being removed from the snipers. Added sniper 4, yes, there is a new sniper 4 with two new snipers, Timu and Wayne. Now you can have four snipers, and four snipers. Let me tell you, 18% bonus damage is something huge actually. But I feel like playing four snipers is something uh, I felt very good with them. You can definitely win with four snipers. I even had a video on them. You definitely want to check that if you want to see four snipers in action. And you will see in that video that four snipers are really good. Yes, sources, remove sources 8. They are no longer, you can no longer get 8 sources. I was really spamming 8 sources in the last patch, 10.11, to get higher, but I stopped after like 6 or 7 games. Sources bonus now is 20, 40, 75 to 20, 45, and 70. That's actually huge. Mid game of sources is being buffed, which is good by 5%. Star Guardian mana distribution. Yes, Star Guardian was bugged on live server for 10.11. The whole patch Star Guardian was bugged and they didn't fix it. But now it's fixed and they realized that it's broken and they nerfed it actually. So it's now 25 and 40 mana for Star Guardians. Star Guardian now properly give the correct amount of mana of casters after the first one. This result in a buff for the trade. Yeah, it's a buff, but you nerfed it above also, so it's kind of buff though. They technically make something right and called it a buff. It's supposed to work the way it will work now, and you should not be calling it a buff when it's something. It's not a buff. It's something you fixed it actually. But yeah, whatever. Right with his own buffs. Added Star Guardian 9. Yes, Star Guardian. You can have 9 Star Guardians now, which is amazing. 99 mana. That's like every second you are costing. Vanguard armor. Yes, Vanguard is something I feel like was very uh, was taken by a very good care by Riot in this patch. Riot introduces the new Vanguard, and they even introduces the sixth Vanguard now, where you get 1,000 armor. I feel like with that you are dealing way less damage if you have six Vanguards on the board, but you are super tanky. Your Jace will be dealing damage, but once your Jace died, you will literally feel that you are not dealing damage, which is actually pretty lame. It's just like a huge meat of bag sitting on a TFT board and soaking up the damage. For me, having six Vanguard is something meh. But this Vanguard armor from 125 to or 250 to 125 to 300, that's a huge buff actually. Having 50 armor, more armor is good. Next is mech pilots. Oh god, that's a hot topic. Mech pilots. Yes, mech pilots are now changed. They are very good. Pilot health on eject when Garen dies and your pilots come out. They will no longer have 100% health. They will have 35% health. You might think it's a bad thing, but it's not bad thing. It's actually pretty good because your Garen should not be dying now because mech health is now 2200 plus 50% of the pilot's health. So more tankier your pilots are, the more tankier your Garen is. Previously it was 1500 and plus 45% pilot's health, but now it's boosted a lot. It's like 700 more health. It has 5% more health from 3 pilots which are in it, which is good. His damage is being improved from 90 to 160 and plus the 50% of the pilot's damage, which is amazing. Mech Mech attack speed is being buffed also by from 0.75 to 0.85. It's not that much of a big buff, but it's a very good buff for him. Mech cleaver damage, the ulti of Mech, that deals a lot of that's nerf 100% of AD to 80% of AD, which is okay, I believe, because he is buffed so much the tanky wise. I feel like he deals more damage now in overall sense. Okay, mech total mana is 225 to 200. So yeah, it takes less mana for him to ult now, which is good. Mech armor is improved from 30 to 70. That is huge actually. And his magic resistance is also 70, which is like imagine your your Garen is now literally a big mech now. Previously, your Garen was used to die, and you were every time your mech was dying, and your pilots were coming out with 100% HP and then like killing people. Sorry, but now it's like your Garen will literally do the job, and even if he is not able to do the job, you will notice that 99% of the job is being done, and your three pilots, when even if they come out with 35% HP, they will be able to deal with that. So for a Garen, that's a pretty big buff for mech pilots. And I like the new mech pilots. Mech Justice damage is now, I believe he's buffed. He's really, yeah, he's buffed now. And his slash damage is also increased. Uh, his Mech Justice damage is now 700. Tier 2 is 750, Tier 3 is 800, Tier 4 550, Tier 6 is 900, and Tier 1200, and then 5000. That's a lot of damage, to be honest. That's literally way too much damage. And I believe these tiers are being you like, let's say you have a 3-star Rumble, so that's like you have a 3-star Garen, but that's why he have 9 stars to hit. Actually, it's 6. One, how many? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, it's like the total of 7 stars unit. And his slash damage is also improved: 350, 375, 400, 425, 450, 600, 5000. That's a lot of damage, to be honest, for your Garen. And you will notice people are running offensive Garen now instead of building more tanky on him. People have now in like Giant Slayer, double Giant Slayer Garen, which was amazing. Actually played a game on him with double Giant Slayer, and it was actually good. Okay, let's champions balance. Okay, tier 2 champion. We have Annie. Annie's getting more health, which is a buff to Garen, the Mech Palace, because more health for a pilot means more health for your Garen. Any mana is now less, from 75 to 150 to 70 to 140, which is actually okay, I guess. Not that much of a bigger deal, because I don't think at the 75, 35% HP, she will be ulting anytime soon. Any Galaxy Shield blast damage is 300 to 400 to 600. Yeah, she is buffed. Early game of Annie is buffed, so you can have her as a unit on a board now, instead of just going for mech pilot. She can be used as a unit now. Any Galaxy Shield blast damage is 400, 500, 700. That's huge. That's very big buff for any. Tier 3 champions. Ash. Mana is now nerfed for from 50 to 125 to 50 to 100, which is, I believe, okay. I believe she's already a very good unit with Shojan, so I don't know why they gave snipers a buff. But let's see how that works out in the game. Ash enchanted crystal arrow damage. Her damage is being nerfed, so you will see she is now a CC bot. By CC bot I mean she is dealing way less damage, but stunning people a lot more, which I feel like should be the job of Ash. I see people using Ash as their carries, whereas Ash should be used as CC bot instead of damage carry, because she's not your damage carry. Ezreal mana is actually, and yes, as Ash missile speed increased by 50%, so the arrow is not slow now. The arrow will literally just like go like a rocket. Ezreal mana is now buffed. He needs way less mana now, from 50 or 125 to 50 to 80, which is huge, which is very good actually. Ezreal attack speed is also buffed from 0.7 to 0.75, which is a very minor buff, but it's still a buff. Ezreal EMP damage is also, I believe, nerfed. Yes, it's nerfed. 200, 300, 600, 200, 150, and 400, which is a okay nerf, I guess, since he will be costing a lot more. with the mana buff and attack speed buff, so that's okay. Jay's health is increased by 100, which is huge. In my opinion, Jace is best unit. Uh, if you get Jace like at level 1, you should never sell that unit. You should use it. That's the only unit you should keep. Ask anyone in the community, uh, and they will tell you that you should never sell Jace. And that's pretty true. He's broken, and they have given him one more buff, so that's huge. Nico Pop Blossom damage is nerfed, which I don't agree with. People are already not using her, and now you are nerfing her damage, which makes no sense. But I guess it's what Riot wants. They nerfed his early game, his mid game, and his late game. 200, 275, 550 to 150, 250 to 500. That's like so much damage taken from her. Okay, so Rumble buff. Rumble is also getting health buffs from 800 to 900, which is directly a buff to mech pilots. Rumble mana is also being buffed from 60 to 50, which is good. Rumble Fame Splitter damage is being buffed, which is massive. Rumble is a unit I feel like can be used as a demolitionist, and previously I was feeling like he's not dealing damage, but now you can literally feel his damage as a single unit. Uh, it's 350, 500, 1000 to 500, 750, and 1500, which is way too much damage. Shaco attack damage is being buffed from 70 to 75, which is huge. And again, buff for a mech infiltrator comp. So you you have seen me talking about mech pilots a lot in like previously few minutes, because this trait was being so mismanaged, and they literally grounded it previously, in my opinion, or at least tried to ground it, but they failed. But these new changes to the Mac pilot is something I feel like both side of players will agree that you can even beat it and you can win with it. So it's a very healthy buff for Mac pilot. And Shaco deceive attack damage bonus is also buffed. So it's now 250% to 75% and 300%, which is a 50% buff in every category. So that's good. Syndra mana is buffed actually from 65 to 60, so she need way less mana now to cast, which is good. And she will be dealing way less damage now. Early on she's same, but 3-star Syndra will be dealing less damage. 50 less damage is something I can deal with, but Syndra will now pick additional targets if she is dealing more than enough damage to her target to kill her target. So yes, I was noticing it in PvE. She was killing a unit, and then she was still in the animation of her ult. So what happens? She transferred the remaining ult to another unit, which, in my opinion, is very good, because you are not wasting the damage now, and if you kill the unit in some clutch moments, she can pull out a double kill for you. So, and it did for me at least. So I like this new buff for Syndra. Okay, champion tier 4 again. Mech pilot buff. Mech, yes, I told you guys, mech pilot is something which will be very popular in this patch, so be ready for that, or if you want to, you can go for it for yourself. So tier 4 phase, 600 to 700 health, again a health buff for Garen. Garen is a lot more tankier now. Phase attack speed is being buffed by 0.05%, from 0.8 to 0.85%, which is good. And he need a lot less mana now. 30 less mana is, I think, good. And Some of the water's damage is also increased. I felt personally that he's dealing a lot more damage now as a solo unit. Previously, he was not able to like one shot the snipers, and snipers are something very fragile units, or let's say very uh, with very less HP. He was not able to one shot them, but now he can one shot them with his Charm of the Waters, which is very good. Jin attack damage is being nerfed, which I am pretty happy with. Jin base attack speed is also being nerfed by zero point 0.9 to 0.85. So 1.1 by star level. Okay, so I feel like it's okay. It's a healthy nerf for a Jin, I believe, because he deals way too much damage. Jin rocket damage, okay, and she's being buffed for blasters is huge because people are abusing her a lot in PvE, at least I would say. Uh, double, what was the build of Jinx? It was a double Giant Slayer, or even the triple Giant Slayer. If you can't make double Giant Slayer, then go Guardian Angel with that or QSS, and she will be simply killing everything. Jinx no longer fire rockets with extra shot from her blast rate. Okay, that's okay, I guess. Aurelian Soul starting total mana is now 40 to 120 to 120 to 100. He will instantly cast, which is good. Attack speed is nerfed to hell now, zero point 0.8 to zero point 0.2, which in my opinion is, I believe, uh, it's not a good buff. Neither I will say it's a nerf. It's like they are trying to kill a unit here with that kind of attack speed, but we will see what happened to Aurelian Soul in this patch. Damage per fight is now also being nerfed early on. Well, for a unit it's a early, but for everyone it's a late game, right? So a champion dealing 80 per flight is, I would say, not that much. If they would have left the same damage, the 100, I would think it make no difference. But dealing less damage with a Aurelian Soul, you made it a pretty bad unit in my opinion, because it's very rare to get 3-star Aurelian Soul, and in some cases, even getting a 2-star Aurelian Soul is something very hard. New fighter drain 10, 25, or 50 mana from their targets. Okay. New first cast launch 4 fighters. Okay. Subsequences cast launch 2 additional. Okay. So it gets better with every launch, but fights don't go that much longer for him to be rapidly increasing the fighters. So the first cast is it's what matters. No, taken together, he will deal more damage through the first 10 seconds of the fight, then fall behind from there relative to before patch 10.12. Okay, so like I said, these nerfs to Aurelian Soul, I feel like they were necessary, but they have grounded him too much. I think he will not be used as much, in my opinion. Echo, one of the most hated unit for me at least. I hate this unit. Starting total mana is now 80 out of 150, which is, I guess, okay. He will ult fast now. Chrono break damage is now decreased, which is good. If you are an Echo fan, then it's bad for you. But for me, I'm saying good because I hate this unit. Chrono break targeting hit every enemy once, hit 5, 7, or 20 times. So I feel like that's an okay buff. because I feel like it's a buff. If you can't one shot with Echo, at least you can cancel a lot of stuff. Like if something which is projectile, you can cancel it. You can cancel someone ulti with it, or even clutch out with it. So I feel like he's one of the unit which can turn the tides of the game. New slow the attack speed of all the enemies hit by 50%. Oh my god, four five four 7 seconds. So yeah, imagine you're playing blasters and he ults and he slows down all of your blasters. That's devastating for that comp. So yeah, he's one of the unit which I have a love hate relationship with. But I guess they did justice to him, for me at least. Reduce the size of increase radius Gangplank gain from his large area upgrade. Okay, so Gangplank is being nerfed. And the starting total mana is 100 to 175 to 70 to 160, which is okay, I guess. I believe it it will keep the Gangplank same, in my opinion. You Gangplank is being replaced by Orgot, I believe, in this game, in this patch, sorry, because Orchid can one-shot people now, and if you are taking a 50-50 chance, there's a chance you can kill someone's carry with Orchid's first ult, and that will literally um, win you the game. On the other hand, getting Gangplank, what if someone is running Orgot and that Orgot ults your Gangplank? And remember, Gangplank can't ult as fast as Urgot. Urgot ults pretty fast. So yes, that's why I believe Gangplank is no longer that much a good of a unit, and it's being replaced by Urgot as your end game. Okay, tank changes. We are giving some of our tankier champions more base defense to make them stand out a bit more as frontline compared to the other champions. I guess that's a good buff. So these are the units which are given 10 armor and 10 magic resist, and that's Graves, Eloy, Jarvan, Leona, Malphite, Poppy, Annie, which is good, Blitz, Mordekaiser, Nautilus, Rakan, Shen, Zinzao, Jace, Nico, Rumble, Y, Nar, Wukong, Aurelion Soul, and Thresh. I feel like Thresh was neglected so much in this is in this patch. Like, okay, so the 5-star units got 20 armor and 20 magic resist. 4-star units got 15 armor and 20 magic resist. 3-star unit got 10 armor and 20 magic resist. Okay, and 2 cost units got 10 armor, 15 magic resist, and 1-star unit got 5 armor and 10 magic resist, which I think is good. Item changes. Yes, item got changes. Bloodthirster lifesteal 35% to 40%. Oh my god. Okay, so the 5% more steel is good. Uh, Chalice of Harmony has been renamed and redesigned. Its new name is Chalice of Power. Okay, Chalice of Power TS plus cloak. At start of combat, the holder and their left and right neighbors gain 30 AP and 20 seconds for 20 seconds. Okay. Okay, 20 AP for 20 seconds. That's a lot of magic, actually. Deathblade. Deathblade is nerfed now. It's now 5 less AD from 30 to 25 AD, which is a very big nerf for Deathblade. Battlecast plating replace demolitionist charge. So and battlecast plating, this champion is no longer battlecast. Yes. Giant Slayer effect changes to deal 20% bonus to damage. If enemy max health is over 1050, deal 80% to damage instead. So that's big buff for Giant Slayer. That's why Jinx is so good with two Giant Slayers now, because new Warmogs is pretty good. We will see new Warmogs now. I believe it's where is the Warmogs? Ah, there it is. We will see it, and you will then notice why I say Giant Slayer is pretty good, because people are stacking way too much health now, and Giant Slayer is OP at the moment. Hextech Gunblade, 25% healing from all damage dealt to 35 healing from spell damage. So that's a big nerf and a buff. So I suppose it's a bad item anyway. It's not the best item in the game. Infinity Edge, 100% crit strike damage to 100 critical strike damage chance. Okay, and 20% critical strike damage is now unique. Okay, so the Infinity Edge is now unique. You can't stack it, which is good. Jewel Gauntlet, holder spells can crit. Okay, holders spell can crit, and holders gain 20% critical damage, which is good, I believe. They didn't tell the old percentage. I believe old percentage was 45, so I believe it's the same. But getting 20% critical strike damage is good, because your Syndra, your Darius, these type of champions with Jewel Gauntlet is pretty OP. Ludus Echo starts scaling remove. Okay, now deals 200 magic damage per bounce. Okay, it's not something very amazing, I would say. Rapid fire cannon plus 2000 range, plus 200% range, and holder attacks can't miss, which is like huge. Because if you remember, QSS or what was it? Trapclaw. Trapclaw makes you more tankier, because Weaver can't hit you sometimes. They will miss their auto attacks. So having a rapid fire against a Trapclaw is huge. Red buff, 25% burn over 10 seconds to 10% burn. Yes, red buff is being like, let's say, grounded to the hell. That's a very big nerf for battle buff. Sorry, very big nerf for battle casters, blasters. Sorry, brawler and blaster comp. Okay, blue buff replaced Seraph Embrace. Yeah, the Seraph Embrace is now being replaced by blue buff, and blue buff is a unique thing. You can't stack blue buff. You can only have one blue buff. After casting a spell, you set your mana to 20, and it's unique also. Like I said, Warmogs, 5% missing health regains to plus 600 health. This item now grant exactly 1000 health and nothing else. Yes, this item is there for 1000 health. I have seen people with two Warmogs and a Bramblewest Malphite, and that Malphite was tanky, and it was tanky as hell. Okay, so bug fixes, the Super Mech spell should no longer fizzle if primary target dies. Okay. Uh, Aurelian Soul now stops moving immediately when Echo ults. Aurelian Soul no longer gains mana from Starship traits while Echo is ulting. That's an interesting thing. I have never seen it. And now no longer cast during Echo's ult, which is okay. Aurelian Soul will no longer spend his mana without launching fighters at the beginning of the round, where all enemies are untargetable. Okay. Caitlyn's spell will no longer be interrupted if the target enters stealth. Ooh, so this part I was talking about when I was talking about Vayne, that Y ult can Vayne can um, Vayne can actually remove Y ult, right? but now they have removed from the Caitlyn. That's huge. So the Caitlyn can be a very good, let's say, counter to Vayne, which is a counter for a Vayne in a real life anyway. So that's good. Sniper trait no longer increase Runan's hurricane damage. Okay. Fix a no long standing issue where combining a tier of goddess into a completed item mid combat would grant the unit extra mana. So yeah, this was a bug and people were exploiting it in last patch. Fix some cases where Zig's bomb spell could disappear mid fight. Yes, I have seen that and I have experienced that, which is complete BS. Um, Fix bug where you can only get 6 items from the loot in extremely rare case. Yes, this was a bug. I experienced it last night in my rank game, and it's very frustrating. Added some extra range caution to Luden's echo bounces. Okay, to improve the item reliability, but it still doesn't matter because I feel like Luden's echo is not something you are relying on. I feel fixed a bug that allows more than one shroud of stillness to be equipped on a champion through champion promotion. Okay, that was a very funny bug, but I feel like that's a very good thing to have now. But yeah, and I don't care about the mobiles. If you care about the mobile, then you can see it right here. There it is. You can pause the video and read it out for yourself. But yeah, this was the patch rundown, guys. I hope you would like it and like my opinion on it. These were my opinions, and if you are not agree with anything, then please do tell me in the comments what you don't agree with me and what things you agree with me. And do tell me if you like these patch rundowns. I will be doing them in the future also. Thank you. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the ranks. Bye bye.